Well, hello my YouTube friend, and today I'm back from G7 where I lost my voice. I'm trying to regain it a little bit, but as you can hear, this is not my usual one. So today I wanted to make a video. I was gonna call it, a mindless Mark kind of video. Hey Mark, I met that beautiful and really kind guy there. I like his video, he's talking about knives and around the knives and everything. So, I kind of think that I wanted to do something resembling, not to make a copycat, but because that's what I had in mind actually. I wanted to talk about the G7 and the way to get knives there. So this one is probably a part because I'm erratic as always, of course. So I wanted to make a video about this cruise one-off from Mr. Lee Williams that I just received while I was actually at G7. That's why I made the confusion. But I wanted to make a video dedicated to this knife, and probably I will, because I don't know if I will have the time to do everything during this one. Sorry about that. But I also wanted to talk about G7. So, I decided to make that kind of video that will probably make sense along the road. We'll see about that. So, as I said, I had in mind to show you different pieces and discuss about the way also to get knife during those kind of shows. So this one is outside, okay? Because I bought it, just before going to the show. But, it can be also included in it, because before the show, usually it's the right time not to sell, because people don't get that much money before show. They try to spare for the show. But people try to, actually seller, they try to part with their knives before going to the show to get some cash. So this was absolutely not the case, but in any way, I got it just before the show and it was delivered while I was there. So now, this knife from Bob Terzuola, another one. Yes, I know. I love him so much. I won a lottery for Jeremy Marsh, okay? So winning a lottery, of course, it's a great way to get knives there, and you get them for table price, which is, for me, quite unusual. I usually pay the high secondary market price, but this is a way to get a knife if you are lucky. And I won one lottery on a Marsh, but actually it was the last Marsh that was left, and it was a Balisong, and I have absolutely no use for Balisong, even though it was a great grind. I didn't know what to do with that. Luckily, I found my brother Sebastian Borca that loved Balisong and won this one actually on lottery. So we traded it. And this is also a great way to get a knife on those shows, because you have what we call the cove, what they call the cove there. And that's basically a place after the show. Usually it starts just the night before the show, and there you meet all the guys that are here on YouTube or Instagram, and they show you their knives, you show them yours, and eventually if you get you can make really nice trades, sell whatever it is. So I would say that this is a lottery or a trade. So that's a great way to get knives there. Another way is to have a hand delivery also, or a delivery by the maker. Usually they wait, for that show if the knife is almost ready, and if they come, they do the hand delivery, which is great. That was supposed to be the case with this beautiful knife that I got from David Clark, but actually he couldn't make it, but he managed to ship it to me while I was there. So I would say that it's also, a way to get your knives directly for the makers, and it happens a lot during those shows. Look at this beautiful knife from David Clark, Zirconium. Here, Chad Nichols. Let me try to catch on that here. Look at this. I'm going to put it here and try to focus here. Let me see. Yeah, this Zircotai. Oh man, look at those colors with the Zirconium there. The boomerang Zircotai from Chad Nichols is from Out of Space. And look at this color here, absolutely flush. And here, the high polish pivot. It's a beautiful piece. Look at that here. Armor Core from Chad Nichols is becoming right now my favorite steel because you have this, unfortunately on mine, because he made a flat here, you don't see a lot of satin. But the contrast of the satin here that you get with the pattern, random pattern of the Damascus is just absolutely phenomenal. I just adore this knife. I love it so much that I'm going to have David making an EDC version. Look at that. It's totally concealed. I love the slight curve on this knife and the blade concealed from here to here, totally flush here with the handle. I absolutely adore that design. Look at that clip also. This is also something totally unusual I wanted to show you. Now, I'm almost presenting the knife when it was supposed to be the presentation of this one. So you know me, I'm like that. I don't prepare the video, but it comes as it comes. So as you can see here, there is a standoff. And it's a round standoff. Look at that. It's not the screws that are holding that together. The screws are holding a kind of round standoff. And I can tell you something, it looks absolutely phenomenal and unique. That's the first time that I see that. Great idea, Master David. Very nice Zirconium backspacer, floating backspacer. This knife is just fantastic. And as always with David, you can expect to have flush junction everywhere. Very nice contouring, very nice work on the zirconium here also, and on the zirconite. It's really highly polished. I absolutely adore that. Of course, it leaves some traces of the fingers. But anyway, I like the polish zirconium really very much. Actually, I don't like no more the bead blast or other finish on the zirconium, because now that you can get, blackened titanium, it makes no sense. But the polish, the high polish zirconium like that, it's still a material that is absolutely unique and black like that and polish. This is the only way to get it, is to get it through the zirconium. But I am rambling again. The other way to get a knife, of course, we see the lottery, we see, the trade with the other collector, and the other way, of course, is to get it through dealers. And I got it, and I got this one from Scott, Blade Junkie. I really, gee, it's a little bit off center. I haven't seen that, while making the. I knew there was a tad of center, but I don't know if it's this morning. But it's a tad, maybe because I played with it so much. I'm going to tighten the pivot again. But it was almost spot on. So I got this one from Scott, Blade Junkie. A really nice guy. We got to spend some time together, and it was just as I expected while I was discussing with him on Instagram. Really appreciate the guy. If you are watching this video, Scott, love you so much, buddy. So I got this McGinnis, which is basically my first McGinnis, and I couldn't be happier with this one because, man, it has everything I like on the knife. I mean, look at that. It's pure sexiness. This blade shape is incredible. I love recurve, and this is a high recurve. I was not a great deal of fan for Persian, but man, this knife in itself is, I looked at it and I just became crazy. The Persian in this recurve made it for me. And I understand now the passion the guys have about McGinnis, because truly this knife is amazing. There is absolutely no bump on this long grind. Look at that. It's absolutely mesmerizing. The hand rub is, I don't know if you can see it really well. The video won't do it justice, but let me tell you that much. The hand rub is the quality of the one that I have from Salmon Arrow, and I consider Salmon Arrow probably to make the best hand rub of what I have now. Salmon Arrow and David Moser. This is that kind of quality, and the grind is absolutely flawless. Forget about the centering. Again, it's just a matter of tightening the pivot, and I will do it right away after that. But the action on those knives is just fantastic. It's on washers and washer only. Look at that. Mokume bolster lock. Man, what a precision. Look at this lock here. This is the closest thing to perfection on a knife. I couldn't be happier, and probably that is the start of a long love story with McGinnis, because I met there my buddy Fresno. He got like, I don't know, 4 McGinnis. So I got to play with a lot of McGinnis during that show, and I can tell you that much. I am absolutely in awe of this knife. So you know what? I still have almost 5 minutes. I wanted to talk about this knife. That was the purpose of the video first. So here is my first Lee Williams. So that's a cruise literally I saw that knife, I don't know when it was, but that was exactly the knife that I wanted from Lee Williams. I absolutely adore that work on the handle. Man, look at that. You have here some carbon fiber. You have here a piece. This is actually a piece of titanium, and it's controlled, and you have these crops. I have no clue what it is, probably certainly titanium with this green anodization. So that makes it unique because actually it's a one-off, as I said. He made, I don't know, 4 or 5 crews with crops like that, and all the others are blue. This one is the only one in green. So the work on the handle on this one is, to me, from another planet. The piece of carbon fiber is just pristine. Look at that. No void, nothing, just fantastic. And that is unique. I haven't seen that in any other knife. This work of inlay and is just phenomenal. So that's what I wanted, actually. So man, the handle makes it all for me on this one. But we are far from the end of this knife. It has a lot to offer. So the clip I really love, a long clip like that, very functional. I just adore that clip. Very nice back spacer, and I like the finish on this one, because usually the finish can be kind of polish or whatever. This one is a very nice orange peel, so that's great. Also the kickstop. So the kickstop, I wanted to discuss about the kickstop, and I don't know that I will have enough time, but not a problem. We'll see about that. So you see, this one is a kind of I don't want to call it low profile, but it's not as pronounced as the other kickstop. So this is something that I like. You see, it's really a small one with some jimping here. So I like this tab here. To me, it's really sexy tab. Now look at that. Boom. The action on this knife is splendid. The kickstop gives it a really bold, a bold impact, and the blade deploys like crazy. I adore this blade shape, this huge belly here. A tad of a recurve, I would say. Not that much, but a tad, I would say. At the very end here, you see a little mark of recurve here, and that is just beautiful. Look at this swedge. Look at, oh man, the hand rub is fantastic. I absolutely adore this blade shape. Look at those big and thick liner tapered here just for you. You see, with the groove here for you, because it's flush. So you have a nice reach. Look at this engagement. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. Absolutely no stickness. And look at this action. Oh, fantastic. The detente is crazy. Dead center, as you can expect. Boom, it flies like a rocket. I just adore this knife. Now, one point I wanted to discuss about the kickstop. So you know that this is the flipper tab. You know that it retracts and it stays here when it's open. So this way you don't see the flipper tab when the blade is open, which is totally neat. And it's also used as the stop. Kick for kicking, stop as the stop pin. So that was, my point of concern for us, because I thought that, if you use a stop pin, it has not to be really something stable. So you see this moves this way, and it has a little lateral play. So I don't know about the stop pin, maybe it can wear in time, but in any event, this is a great way to deploy the blade, and especially when it has a low profile like this one. I just adore it. You know what? I probably will make another video, because I'm feeling like I'm going really too fast, but I couldn't be happier that I am with this knife. The only concern being the stop the stop part of the kickstop, because of this, You see, you hear the movement that you have. Probably, I'm afraid that it will wear in time, but in any event, I think that you can just replace that. And on that word, I have to stop because we are heading to the 15 minutes. Bye-bye, my friend. See you soon.